Mexico City is a city of the old and the new, of the traditional and the modern. It is a city for work and a city for play. But most of all, it is home for millions of Mexicans. The Larrea family lives in Mexico City. They are planning a special weekend to enjoy some of the best things the city has to offer. Sandra is 7 years old and is in the first grade at her school. Her brother Manuel goes to the same school but is 2 years ahead of her. The children in their school do many of the same things children in the United States do in their schools. Senor Larrea, Sandra and Manuel's father, works in an office. He is an editor for a large publishing company in Mexico City. Senora Larrea, Sandra and Manuel's mother, like many young mothers in Mexico City, works too. She is the office manager of a large manufacturing company. Since both mother and father have good jobs, they can provide special opportunities for their children, like sending Sandra and Manuel to art classes after their regular school day. Manuel especially likes working with clay, although his figures don't always turn out the way he would like them to. After art class, Senora Larrea stops at a new supermarket to buy food for the family's evening dinner. With shopping finished, it's back to their home in a large, modern apartment building. Senora Larrea unpacks the groceries and begins to fix dinner. While dinner is being prepared, Sandra and Manuel hear the door open and run to greet their father. Tonight, dinner is particularly exciting because everyone is talking about all the things they are going to do on Saturday. Because of a busy day ahead, Sandra and Manuel are going to bed early, but only after their father reads them a story. On Saturday morning, everyone can hardly wait to eat their breakfast and be off for their day in the city. The first place they are going to is the famous Lagunilla market, but along the way they must stop by Juan's house. Juan is Sandra and Manuel's cousin. He will spend the day with them. The Lagunilla is a huge outdoor market that stretches for blocks and has everything to buy that you can imagine. The market has antiques for Senor and Senora Larrea, and punching bags or volleyballs for Manuel and Juan. There are beautiful masks hand-carved by Indians who live in the mountains and bring them to market. And there are fancy embroidered birds, perhaps to be framed and hung in Sandra's room. A veteran of the Mexican Civil War is selling an antique horn. He seems almost as ancient as the old instrument itself. It was fun at the market. Now the Larrea family is driving to Chapultepec, or Grasshopper Park. There are many interesting things to see along the way. First, they drive past the Zócalo, Mexico City's great plaza with its beautiful cathedral. Next, they drive down the Reforma, the city's most famous boulevard, toward the Angel Monument. It's time for lunch, and a stop for fried chicken is made to order for a hungry family. There are many fast food restaurants in Mexico City, and they are very popular. There are a lot of people walking to Chapultepec Park because it is the favorite weekend place for thousands of Mexicans. On top of the hill is the famous Chapultepec Palace. Once upon a time, the palace was the home of kings and queens. Now it is a national museum. The walls and ceilings of the palace are covered with murals that show famous scenes from Mexico's past. Chapultepec Park is full of surprises, and there are many ways of having fun. Like having your father buy a huge balloon with a funny face painted on it, or taking a ride in a cart pulled by a goat, or visiting the zoo where beautiful parrots talk back to you, or watching strange animals like the big polar bear that you usually only see in books. All these things sure do make you hungry. So now it's time for chicharrón, a traditional type of fried pastry. The park also contains some world-famous museums. The most famous is the Museum of Anthropology. Its vast halls house a collection of art from Mexico's past, like this solid gold ornament. The halls are built around a beautiful reflecting pool. This is a very pleasant place to rest before exploring the other wonders of Chapultepec Park. No excursion to Chapultepec is complete without a boat trip on one of the park's lagoons. It seems almost impossible to do anything more today, but the amusement park is irresistible. The amusement park has a roller coaster ride. And the roller coaster is even more fun the second time around. Finally, the Larreas just don't have enough energy for even one more ride. They're tired, but they've certainly had a day to remember. For the Larrea family, it has been a fun day in their city, their home, Mexico City.